Good morning, students. Today's lecture is sources of finance. इससे पहले लेक्चर में हमने पढ़ा था like what is a project financing and why it is important for a particular business project. इस लेक्चर में हम different means और sources of finance के बारे में डिस्कस करेंगे. So the sources of finance may be either long term or medium term. They may also be short-term sources of finance, but here in this lecture, we are going to discuss about various long-term and the medium-term sources of finance. So the long-term sources of finance are those which are opted for more than 5 years period. So the first source is the equity shares. Equity shares have an important place in the capital structure of a company. Basically जो किसी भी कंपनी का capital structure होता है, that is a mixture or a combination of debt and equity. तो जो हम equity वाली बात करें यहाँ पर ordinary shares या equity shares आते हैं. Ordinary shares capital is the base, debt and preference share capital. Ordinary shares are the actual owners ऑफ द कंपनी. जो ऑर्डिनरी शेयर होल्डर्स होते हैं जिनको कि हम इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर्स भी कहते हैं, वही कंपनी के रियल ओनर्स होते हैं. एंड दे हैव द फुल वोटिंग राइट और द कंट्रोल ओवर द कंपनी, एंड दे टेक पार्ट इन द मैनेजमेंट ऑफ द कंपनी ऑल्सो थ्रू द अपॉइंटमेंट ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स. They have decision making right. They have unlimited interest in the incomes and assets of the company, and the main objective of the company is to maximize the wealth of their shareholders by maximizing the value of shares held by them. So as we know that जो financial management है उसका भी main objective यही होता है, shareholders wealth maximization. Ordinary shareholders bear all the risk. There is no predetermined rate of dividend for them, and it is up to the discretion of the company only whether they are going to pay dividend to them or not. And it is not mandatory for any company to pay dividend to their ordinary shareholders. Ordinary shareholders have the right on that income which is left after payment of interest and the preference dividend. So they are also called द ओनर ऑफ द रेजिड्यू. क्योंकि जब सभी ऑब्लिगेशंस पूरी हो जाती हैं, जितने भी लेंडर्स क्रेडिटर्स हैं और जो हमारे प्रेफरेंस शेयर होल्डर्स हैं उनको प्रेफरेंस डिविडेंड पे करने के, उसके बाद अगर प्रॉफिट होता है और कंपनी अगर चाहती है तभी वो ऑर्डिनरी शेयर होल्डर्स को डिविडेंड देती है, अदरवाइज नहीं देती है. सिमिलरली लिक्विडेशन के टाइम भी ऐसा ही होता है कि जो भी एसेट्स होते हैं उन पर पहला राइट जो होता है सारी लाइबिलिटीज पे करने के बाद, वो फिर उसके बाद प्रेफरेंस शेयर होल्डर्स का होता है. ओके. एंड द मेन कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स जो है वो इसकी है लाइक फर्स्ट वाज लाइक maturity itself is something which is has to be discussed here. From the ordinary shares, company gets fixed capital for which the company is not bound to pay during its lifetime. The shareholders can demand their capital only at the time of liquidation. At the time of liquidation, they will get their capital back only if there is a balance left after the payment of other liabilities. Company cannot bind its shareholders to sell their holdings. Next is the claim on the income. Equity shareholders, as we have discussed, that they are the owner of the residue, so they cannot claim for dividend like the preference shareholders. So that's why they are called the owner of the residual. Then the next characteristics claim on the assets, as we have already discussed that at the time of liquidation, the asset of capital company are sold, and first of all the claims of creditors and the preference shareholders are settled without making any payment to the ordinary shareholders. So whatever the balance is left, the ordinary shareholders have full right on it, and it is distributed among them in proportion of their holdings. So the ordinary shareholders provide safety to the interest of creditors. And the last feature is the control. As we have discussed that the ordinary shareholders have the full voting right. Therefore, they have a decision-making power and control over the company. Each shareholder has voting right in the meetings of the company in proportion to his holding in the company. For the operations and control of the company, they appoint directors who act as their representatives. They have right to remove the directors also. If a shareholder cannot be present in a board of directors meeting, then they can use their proxy also. Right of preemption, as you would have studied earlier in financial management, that the existing shareholders of any company has priority whenever a new share lot is issued. So that will be firstly allotted to the existing shareholder. This is called the preemption right of the existing shareholders, and that is in case of the ordinary shareholders only, not in preference shareholders. Each shareholder can exercise this right in proportion to their shares holding. For example, if a shares holder has 200 shares and a company has a total issue of 2000 shares, he will have a right to purchase 10% of a new company shares. And the next source of long-term finance is preference shares. Preference shares are also called the hybrid securities because they constitute the features of both debentures as well as the इक्विटी शेयर्स. इक्विटी शेयर्स और डिबेंचर्स दोनों के कुछ कुछ फीचर्स प्रेफरेंस शेयर्स में होते हैं, इसलिए इन्हें हाइब्रिड सिक्योरिटी भी कहा जाता है. Preference share capital is another source of providing the long-term finance. Preference shares are those shares which have preferential right regarding the payment of dividend and the repayment of capital over the equity shareholders. इसीलिए इनको प्रेफरेंस शेयर होल्डर कहा जाता है, क्योंकि इनको जब भी डिविडेंड पे करना होता है उस समय प्रेफरेंस दी जाती है एज कंपेयर टू द इक्विटी शेयर कैपिटल, और जो रिपेमेंट है इनकी कैपिटल का उसके लिए भी यही है. Equity shareholders cannot be paid any dividend unless the dividend at a fixed rate is paid to the preference shareholders. So preference shareholders को एक फिक्स रेट से डिविडेंड पे किया जाता है एक रेगुलर बेसिस पर, लेकिन जो इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर्स हैं इट इज नॉट कंपल्सरी फॉर देम टू पे द डिविडेंड बाय द कंपनी. In other words, we can say that the preference shareholders are paid dividend out of the earnings after interest and taxes, but before any dividend to equity shareholders. Similarly, at the time of liquidation, repayment of capital to the preference shareholder is made after settling the claim of the creditors and debentures, but before making payment to the equity shareholders. So these are the two preferential rights because of which that kind of investors are called the preference shareholders, and that kind of financial security is called the preference shares. इनके भी मेन कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स का मेच्योरिटी है. दे वी कैन से दैट द कंपनी गेट्स फिक्स्ड कैपिटल फ्रॉम प्रेफरेंस शेयर्स like the equity shares, and it is not bound to repay it. But in case of the redeemable preference share, the maturity time is fixed, that has to be repaid to the preference shareholder at the time of redemption, but not in case of the irredeemable preference shares. Now the another source of finance is the flowing back of profit, or we can say that the retained earnings, or these are also called as the internal sources of finance, and it comes under the equity capital of the company only. कंपनी के जो पहले से ही रिजर्व्स एंड सरप्लस होते हैं और जो अनडिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड प्रॉफिट्स होते हैं करंट ईयर के, दीज आर कॉल्ड द रिटेन्ड अर्निंग्स ऑफ द कंपनी. बेसिकली कंपनीज रिटेन्ड अर्निंग्स का यूज तब करती हैं व्हेन दे आर गोइंग टू री इन्वेस्ट in any business project in which they find some kind of growth or profitability, then only they retain the earnings. Otherwise they distribute it in the forms of dividend to the ordinary shareholders. So this is called the flowing back of profit concept, कि जो भी profit business में आ रहा है उसी को flow back कर दिया गया है business में, so that more profit can be reaped out. So that is also one kind of source of finance, and इसके क्योंकि since it is already available to the organization, therefore they don't need to go or think for the outside sources of finance and other kind of cost of capital which will be involved in that. Retained earnings can be used to meet both long term and short term requirement of capital. Basically it is used for long term requirement only. It is an easy and economic source of finance which can be used for the expansion and modernization of the business. These accumulated profits can be used to issue the bonus shares also. The increase in these kind of accumulated profits increases the book value of shares. Besides, a company can follow stable dividend policy due to these accumulated profits, and business can save itself from business fluctuation. So whether company is going to pay dividend or they are going to retain the earnings, it will depend upon the profitability and the growth probability of the company. Then the next source of long-term finance is debentures. So debentures are an important source of long-term finance to any company. With the help of this source, company arranges for finance for meeting the requirement of development and modernization, and the fund acquired by issuing debentures are in the form of loans. Basically, these are called the long-term loans, and its holders are the creditors to the company. In general sense, debentures is a written certificate, or we can say the debt certificate issued by the company for the acceptance of debt under its seal. So, as per Companies Act 1956, debentures include the stocks, bonds, and any kind of other security of a company, whether constituting a charge on the asset of a company or not. So, that's it about today's lecture, student.